explain. We're at Scripps Clinic with Dr. Jacobson in the neurology department. We have Dr. Joseph Watson with us, medical doctor, osteopathic medicine. We have guests Maxine Seltzer, Jerry Rose. I'm Dr. Jane Dillon, sociologist. We're studying the effects of distant healing treatment in the field of subliminal science and technology, that's what we call it. This is Mary Wahlberg. She's complaining of symptoms of herpes zoster, shingles. She's been diagnosed by a medical doctor today as seeing a rash, and also she will be diagnosed by Dr. Watson right now. We have a blood test taken to confirm the diagnosis. Mary's daughter was seen by Philip Savage 2 years ago for a case of shingles. And maybe we can say just very briefly what happened when you took your daughter, 4-year-old daughter, to Philip.
We came into the room and he did a 15-minute session and she was healed. She had no pain, no itching, and I was very surprised and relieved that she was screaming.
Now, the significance of that for our study is that this was a child. She was 4 years old. She was screaming in pain, and then within a few minutes the pain was gone. There was no belief in this case. There was no placebo. It was a child. She didn't know anybody was taking care of her. She didn't know she was getting any special treatment. In Mary's case, 2 years later, she's developed the same symptoms. It looks and feels like chicken pox. It looks and feels exactly like what Jessica had. The rash is starting to spread and the itching is bothering her and the pain. She was crying this morning in the shower. So we've monitored the pain level and the itching level throughout the day. And it's gone from medium up and down, and it's right around. What would you say now?
Medium.
Medium pain, medium itching.
If you were going to rate it on a 10-point scale, where would your pain be? If 0 is no pain and 10 is the worst you've ever experienced?
My head is probably right now about a 7, and my itching is probably about a 6. Itching had been about a 9, I would say, earlier this morning when I first woke up and really started itching very, very badly and noticed the rash.
Are you experiencing head pain?
Yeah, I feel like I was 27 when I had chicken pox, and that's what it felt like the day before I got the rash. I felt like my head had been hit by a freight truck, and earlier today it felt at its worst, and then it subsided, and now it's starting to come back to where it's starting to hurt more, medium, where it was high around 11:30 this morning.
When Dr. Savage treated her daughter Jessica, the rash had broken into lesions. They were open, and pain was severe. Instead of waiting until that happens, Philip's going to treat Mary tonight, although Mary has waited through the day until we could all gather. She's agreed to do that. We're going to try to avoid the pain. The significance for our study of subliminal technology is, even though Mary now believes we cannot eliminate the placebo effect with Mary, she's seen this happen. The significance is Philip is going to treat Mary distant. He will not be present. He will be miles away, 20 miles away. So there is it's non-local. It will demonstrate, if the same results, we get the same results, it will demonstrate the non-local effects of his treatment, whereas the treatment on Jessica demonstrated the subliminal part.
20 miles. This is La Jolla, and Philip is in Vista, most likely?
This is Scripps Clinic in La Jolla, and Philip is in Vista, Escondido area. That's 20 miles away at this moment. Now, would you like to then look at the rash and give us your assessment?
Well, we have just a kind of macular papular rash that for herpes you would expect more along the dermatome. We've got actually a continuation up here that is probably set up because of the way the arm is rubbing against it. It's been transferred to an area that would not commonly have it. Was it lower down, you'd probably expect it to go around more. To definitely say it's herpes, but it is a maculopapular rash, and itch is described as would be characteristic. Chickenpox itself is usually a little more scattered, where this is one local, and the herpes zoster comes back in a band, more or less, and this is a band form.
Why do you think it's herpes?
Because when my daughter first got the rash, I thought she was having an allergic, well, I didn't know what it was. I brought her to the doctors, and they said it was an allergic reaction to medicine, because it was just starting in the trunk of her stomach right here. Well, within a couple of days, it gradually moved all the way to the back. And Dr. Phillips' wife told me that's shingles, and I said, no, it's not shingles, because my doctor said it was allergic reaction. Anyways, I took her to the doctor, and he diagnosed her with shingles. That
So
same
it
day.
looks the same to you?
It looks
And
exactly the same.
Okay. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to page Philip and give him the 3 pieces of information that he needs. He needs the name, the birthplace, and the birth date. Then he will do a treatment, and in 10, 15 minutes we will see the result.
Anxious and
Hello? Yes, hi Philip.
I would feel
We're at Scripps, and I have the information you need. Very good, all right, so we will give you 1 minute when we hang up the phone. Exactly 1 minute, and then she will be ready for 5 minutes, then she will open her eyes after 5 minutes.